Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Barca captain Sergio Roberto as he dismisses talk of Dembele leaving for PSG. As he said, he's our most decisive player. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Secondly, in this episode, we are going to be discussing on 7 players that there is no guarantee they will stay at Barca this season. There is no guarantee. 7 players that Barca could offload this summer. We are going to be discussing in much detail. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Give the video a like and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca captain Sergio Roberto has said that he is not expecting Ousmane Dembele to leave the team this summer amid reports of Paris Saint-Germain's interest. Reports regarding PSG's attentiveness towards Dembele's termination clause was recently documented, and as it turns out, the Ligue 1 champions can actually sign the Frenchman for a mere 50 million euros if the player agrees to move before August 1st. The move, however, depends on the future of Kylian Mbappe. If he'll leave, then only will PSG sign a replacement. Speaking to the media ahead of Barca's pre-season friendly against Real Madrid, Roberto said that there is no reason for Dembele to leave as he is very loved within the team. Roberto said, "I don't see Dembele leaving Barca. He's our most decisive player because of his way of playing. He is key on the pitch for us, and he's very loved in the dressing room." When asked about Barca's title chances, the right back said that this is the best team in the world, which is capable of fighting for all titles. He said, "For me, we have the best team in the world. We should be able to fight for every title. We won La Liga but failed in the Champions League last season. I have full confidence for this group ahead of this season." He added, "We had a good season last season, and the signings we have made will add a lot to the team. Although we lost important players, we will have a good team and be able to fight for everything." Meanwhile, there have been a lot of talks regarding Xavi's preferred formation for the upcoming season, and the captain assured that the manager does not really like to stick to one approach. He said, "The manager likes to play with different formations. In my case, I'm used to playing in different positions. We'll see what happens this season." Barcelona are set to face Real Madrid in the coming hours, and unlike their opponents, they have only played one friendly so far against Arsenal, which they lost 5-3. Speaking about the game, he said, "We knew that Arsenal was tough. It was our first match and it was a difficult test for us. It's good to play against them to test ourselves." Talking about the preparation on the US tour, Roberto said, "We are not here on vacation. We are here to prepare for a new season, and we are lucky to face the best teams. The weather in Dallas should be better this year. Last year we played in an open stadium and we suffered with the heat. We are happy to be here again as the weather will be better for sure," he said. When asked about the upcoming El Clasico, he said, "There are no friendlies in El Clasico. We have to play to win. El Clasico is always special, and we have only played one match. We had a virus before the Juventus match, and this would only be our second match. Against Real Madrid, we always have to go out and win." Lastly, he reserved some words of wisdom for the young generation. He said that the only advice he can give is to be patient. He said, "I've been here since I was a young kid, and I think that everything is done on the basis of perseverance and patience. Any player has a lot of pressure. I tell them to work patiently. If they do the job, chances will definitely come," he said. Great words there from Sergi Roberto. I must admit, of course, he is the captain, and of course, with the captain, you have more responsibilities heading into the new season. Of course, a new season that we all hope it should be better. A new season that every football fan is an optimist in his or our respective club. Definitely, we are also pessimistic. We are also sorry optimistic. By the way, we have played just one friendly so far. That is against Arsenal. I will say disappointing result. 5-3 lost. Not the best way to start a preseason. I can't remember the last time Barca lost a preseason in such an embarrassing way, but I think it's a good test for us to see how far we have gone, even though it's just one match. But so far, I say it's a good test because yes, Arsenal is a good team, even though some people were expecting that we would trash them. It doesn't work like that. It's a friendly, yes, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a friendly for sure. But we need to take it seriously, isn't it? Playing against Real Madrid later tonight, it will be a very good test for us as well. In fact, a better and bigger test, isn't it? And of course, as Roberto himself said it, there are no friendlies in Clasicos, so we expect the worst, isn't it? I quite remember the last Clasico. That was the last friendly last year when we played against Real when Rafinha scored that banger, that 1-0 win. There was a lot of fight and tension in that game, and it made me wonder, is this a friendly or is it a competitive match? It was just a friendly, and you can see what it means by Clasico. Those are games that nobody smiles with anybody. So we don't expect this one to be a cool, less intensity match, as we saw how Xavi came in after the Arsenal match, angry that after discussing with Arteta betrayed them by still bringing putting up a team playing with such high intensity like it's a Champions League match. But of course, Barca needs to be ready at all times. We don't need any silly excuses from the manager nor anybody. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona have been rocked by recent reports linking Ousmane Dembele with a move to Paris Saint-Germain, with former coach Luis Enrique reportedly keen on bringing him to the French capital. Of course, journalist Victor Malo has refused to take the rumor seriously, but he has pointed out that Barca may end up freeing up 16.75 million from their salary mass through the potential sale of Dembele. But more importantly, Malo suggests Barca are confident of closing up the sale of at least four more players in the near future. They are open to selling more, depending on whether or not the club find ideal suitors for these unwanted stars. Barcelona have sanctioned the departures of Nico, Alex Collado, and Chadi Riyad recently, but the club are now looking to add more experienced first-team stars, including Frank Kessié. The Ivorian international has been recently linked with a move to Juventus, while Tottenham Hotspur have also shown the desire to sign the midfielder. Other senior players in contention to leave the Camp Nou are Clement Lenglet and Sergio Dest, but unlike Kessié, these two have had a more difficult time finding suitors in the market. Barca nevertheless consider it imperative to get rid of these three. Apart from them, Barca are also open to sell Rafinha and Ferran Torres. These two attackers have failed to live up to the expectations, with Ferran in particular completely falling out of favor in Xavi's plans for the season ahead. Of course, we have Dembele, we have Eric Garcia as well, whose future remains uncertain. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.